Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Founders Insights. It's been a few months since the last video, but it's because we have been busy. We have gained new clients even during this Corona times. We have moved to new offices, opened office in Dnipro, opened office, new office in Kharkiv, double the size of our old one, and now we are midsummer. Corona is more or less under control. There are still restrictions. There are still adapted quarantine, as they call it here in Ukraine. But life goes on, and I think the biggest difference right now, especially in IT, is that many people have started working mostly from home, and that is what this episode will be about. Working from home. And is offices as we know it, is that obsolete? Will we never come back to working in offices again, or how it is? So I would really like your comment on how do you like to work? Do you like to sit and work from home? Do you prefer to sit in the office, or maybe a hybrid where you work sometimes at home for a few days and then in the office on maybe Monday, Wednesday and Friday or something like that. So tell me what you think about this, and now I will give you my view on how the future looks when we talk about offices and office life and having workers work from home. Some advantages working from home and some problems working from home, both from an employer side but also from an employee side. So stay tuned and let's go. So as an employee or a manager or a company owner working from home, there can be certainly some advantages. One is that it's probably more flexible way to work. You don't have 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever, but you can more or less plan your day around maybe some scheduled daily meetings or weekly meetings, and then for the rest of the time you can basically decide to work when it fits with you and with your family and so on. People, if they live in a big city with a lot of traffic, they could save time on commute, or if they have to drive to work far away, they don't have to spend so much time going back and forth. So that could be another benefit of working from home. So more freedom in some way, and maybe time saving, and maybe people, they like that they don't have to get up and take a shower and get dressed and off to work. They can simply just jump out of bed and straight to work at the computer, and in that way save some time, and maybe don't have to care too much about how they appear and how they smell or whatever. So that's a few benefits that I hear. But the problem with working from home, in my opinion, is that you lack some social interaction with other people, even though you have meetings and video meetings and so on. I think a big part of an identity, as my identity or people's identity, is to also to have a workplace, to go where you meet people, other people than you meet in your apartment every day, to get some different opinions, to get some inputs from other people, and to simply to get out and get some fresh air. I think that's healthy. I even think it's healthy to commute, even though it's it can take some time and it can be stressful to drive in traffic or whatever. I think it's actually healthy that you have some time where you either prepare for, now I'm going to work, mentally, or decoupling when you leave from work and go home, where you mentally leave work, and now when you come home, then you can start relaxing. So it can be actually a good thing to have this commute, I think. So I think if we should completely go away from having offices, it would be a major problem. I think people, they meet friends for life at work. Even if they move to a new job, they will still have friends in their old companies, their old colleagues, and we have also plenty of former colleagues that visit us from time to time just to come and say hello or to join us for some party or social events or something like that. So it's a big part of people's identity, I would say, and their social life and their status. But maybe, I don't know, I saw somebody make the joke that maybe sometime in the future, as part of a benefits package, you could have an office space where you could go to work. So I don't know, what is your opinion on that? Another thing about working from home is efficiency and delivery, and can you perform at the same level as you do when you sit in an office? And when I see different statistics during the first 6 months of Corona, it actually seems like people were delivering more during working from home and during the first part of Corona. And that doesn't surprise me at all, because one of the pitfalls of working from home is that you simply work much more. You don't have a defined time where you are at work. You have your workspace and you sit at work, and where you more feel you can relax when you're at home or out of work mode. So I think people in reality, they take away a lot of hours from their freedom and are much more available during the evenings and sit and work much later. So I think actually it can cause a lot of stress sitting and working from home, because also you have to remember that when you have an office where you meet in, you can contribute in many different ways. You can, of course, you can be a coder, you can make code, or you can be a program manager and delegate and assign tasks and define tasks and so on. But just by being in the office, you signal to your company and to your team that you are actually at work and you are there to contribute and to bring value. And that is a little bit harder to signal those things when you sit and work from home, because suddenly you start, at least some companies start to measure how many lines of code, how many meetings and so on did you actually contribute with. So it can be hard to show that you are actually working and bringing value. And it's hard if you're, for instance, a very social person, where you maybe bring other things than just coding or whatever. But if you come up with great ideas for new ways of working or collaborations or contribute to the social life in the office and so on, that's quite hard for people that have those strengths to feel that they really contribute when they sit and work from home. So I'm afraid that it can cause quite a lot of stress and problems for people, for some people at least, to sit and work from home. So in the end, I think it benefits mostly the companies to sit and work from home. And right now, you also can see Google has announced that they will not have people coming back to the office until earliest summer 2021. So they have given people money to create a workspace at home comfortably and so on, but it just shows that it's mostly a benefit for the companies, in my opinion, to when people they start working from home. In the end, we risk to be slaves of our organizations, and they will take more of our free time and our spare time. Another issue I see working from home is how do we onboard new people, especially young people without too much experience. So in our case, we still have a very open policy about working from home or in the office. Our offices are open for everyone who wants to join, but for some of our teams, it's mandatory to be in the office. And that is when they onboard new people and or we make a new team. I think it's extremely important that they spend a few months together to get to know each other, to build a hierarchy inside the team to understand who does what. And the stronger the team, the easier it will be to start working more remote and from home, or from a beach somewhere, or in the mountains, whatever people like. So it is simply hard to build culture just by working remotely. So I don't see that the future is without offices, at least not in the companies I want to build. Maybe some people can have success with that, but that's not the kind of company that I would like to have. So we will keep our offices, and we will keep it open, and we will insist on people coming to the office as much as possible, with the respect of people not being infected, of course, and not feeling uncomfortable going into metros and something like that if it's too crowded. So it can be a hybrid. It can be a few days from home, a few days in office every week. I don't know, but definitely we will keep our offices. So I mean, video meetings, it can do a lot of things. It has shown that people come together, and it's also an opportunity for us to, as an outstaffing company working in Ukraine, that people, they have learned that it's actually possible to work on the distance, but it can never substitute real life interaction and social life between people. So I mean, it's interesting times. I'm pretty optimistic about this whole Corona thing. We just reached 650,000 people have died worldwide from the virus, which corresponds to an average seasonal flu. And we are only halfway through the year, and we have taken a lot of measurements and drastic measurements to decrease people's freedoms, wearing masks, closing down bars, and so on. And we have adapted already a little bit to a new normal. But I'm quite positive that when we talk next year, Corona is something that is not a big part of our life. It's a distant memory, to be honest. I'm very optimistic about it. I don't say I don't have respect for this, and of course it's so sad that so many people have lost their lives, but I'm sure there will be a life after Corona, and I'm sure there will be offices after Corona also. I hope you enjoyed the show. Give me a like, and give me a comment, or share on social media. Spread the word, help me build the channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Tell me how you like to work. Tell me if you like to sit at home mostly, or how do you like to work. And yeah, take care, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Founders Insights.